The cosmic universe is immense, and despite all of the technological advances that are made every day, science has not progressed far enough to shorten the time required for interplanetary travel. Scientists have not discovered a continuity in the cosmos, as outer space appears to continue on forever, and they may have only decoded a fraction of what is out there. It takes years and years to travel between distant cosmic bodies and engage in space exploration. With the current average speed of technology, it would take numerous human lifetimes to even get close to uncovering a significant portion of cosmic space and making some progress. But what if we tell you that the eccentric creator of SpaceX has cracked the code and discovered a method to turn the world of physics on its head, or that one of NASA's experts have discovered a new way to travel at light speed? What we're about to tell you will shock you. In today's video, we'll look at the new light speed engine developed by SpaceX in collaboration with NASA. First, let's speak about what's preventing people from realizing their space dreams. Currently, there are two limiting forces at work. First, current technological limits prevent scientists from making that leap. To better appreciate this, let's take a look at current space technology. The record for the fastest spacecraft is presently held by NASA's Juno, which flew at a speed of 74 kilometers per second on the Juno mission to Jupiter. If you think this is incredible, wait until you hear the next piece of information. At the aforementioned speed, a probe to the nearest star Proxima Centauri will take about 17,151 years. Unfortunately, neither a human nor a spacecraft capable of accelerating at those speeds large enough to carry a human has been invented. Space exploration is an exhausting feat in the current circumstances. To provide a concrete example, a round trip to Mars would take about 21 months on average. According to NASA, you can only imagine how long it would take to reach faraway planets in the universe, and upgradation in space technology is the need of the hour. Humans have always aspired to develop civilizations on other planets. Tesla CEO Elon Musk shares similar goals, wishing to establish settlements, schools, financial transaction networks, and jobs on Mars. We all know he doesn't believe in the impossibility of technology. In fact, if you didn't know, the foundational inspiration behind establishing SpaceX was to make life multiplanetary. Musk believes that humans can't afford not to make life multiplanetary because a single cosmic mishap could wipe out and lead to human extinction. Thus, it's no surprise that SpaceX and NASA have officially released the light speed engine discovered by one of NASA's scientists, referred to as the helical engine by NASA scientist David Burns at the Marshall Space Flight Center in Alabama, who conceptualized this idea. Burns has posted a paper to NASA's technical report server explaining the concept. Well, we understand the questions that may come to mind. What does NASA plan to do with what kind of technology will be used to create such an engine? Will it be able to use fuel, or if not, what will the engine's propellant be? Will it be able to transport passengers at that speed? Watch till the end to find out the answers to these questions. Returning to the current roadblocks, the second impediment to space exploration is the laws of physics, which make advancements appear to be impossible. According to the concept of momentum conservation, a system's momentum remains constant in the absence of external forces, which is why space automobiles use blasting propellants at one end to provide enough thrust to travel in the opposite direction. No actual space technology has been able to defy physics laws. Before we get started addressing this topic, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. The helical engine isn't the first time scientists have attempted to create an engine that defies physics or functions at unrealistic speeds. The M drive was NASA's principal project to produce a comparable engine. But what exactly is the M drive? Basically, the M drive, also known as the radio frequency resonant cavity, the Q drive, and the impossible drive, is a thruster concept developed in 2001 by Roger Shawver, a British chartered electrical engineer with 48 years of experience in the space and defense industries, according to which rockets can be pushed without the need for an external propellant. To put things in perspective, the spacecraft, according to this concept, would not undergo any acceleration. This model ignores the law of conservation of momentum, as well as some other basic scientific concepts. This device is strange because all rockets use the law of conservation of momentum. In layman's terms, the law of conservation of momentum states that in order to start something moving, it must be pushed off using thrust. For example, aeroplanes propel themselves off the ground using the thrust generated by burning fuel, whereas rockets propel themselves forward by pushing pieces out of their backs. That stated, explanations of how the M drive works are beyond current physics comprehension. Some suggest that it interacts with the quantum vacuum energy of space-time, but there are contradictions because the quantum energy of space-time does not allow anything to push off of it. Others argue that our current understanding of momentum as a concept is incomplete. However, whether it's a completely new field of physics that we haven't explored or a simple exception to the law, what makes the M drive suspect is the lack of a credible explanation. There's no official or verified information on how this principle works in practice. The creators of this initiative have chosen to remain silent on the subject, refusing to explain how the thruster would work or what components it would require to function. The reason we compared the M Drive 2 to the helical engine is that the M Drive 2 generated a lot of interest and curiosity in the space world when it was first introduced. This time, though, David Burns claims to have discovered a way to make the hitherto unthinkable idea of a light-speed engine a reality. If you add enough time and power, the engine would be able to reach 99% of the speed of light. Burns's article hasn't been properly evaluated, and fellow scientists have expressed skepticism about the engine's viability, which defies physics principles. However, Burns has spoken about the possibility of his work, saying, "I'm okay with throwing it out there. If someone says it doesn't work, I'll be the first to say it was worth a shot." Finally, consider how the helical engine will operate. Imagine a box on a flat surface with no friction, containing a rod on which a ring can slide. Now imagine a spring inside the box, pushing the ring in one direction, while the box recoils in the opposite direction. When the ring reaches the end of the box, it will rebound backward, changing the direction of the box's recoil. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, as demonstrated by the third law of motion. This principle will prevent the box from bobbing back and forth. Similarly, if the mass of the ring is greater on one side, when it slides in one direction as compared to the opposite direction, it will push the box with a greater thrust toward the former. As a result, the action in this case will exceed the reaction, leading to momentum. Furthermore, Burns' theory simply benefits from the fact that physics does not deny the concept of changing mass, according to Einstein's spectra. How we would apply this is by replacing the ring and the rod in the box with a particle accelerator for the lateral and circular movement. The ions in the box would then be swiftly accelerated to a relativistic speed during one stroke and decelerated during the other to create momentum. This implementation would require the accelerator to be shaped like a helix. The chamber would also need to be very large. It would be 656 feet long and roughly 40 feet in diameter. Moreover, to produce just 1 Newton of thrust, 165 megawatts of energy would be required. This amount of thrust is employed when we type on a keyboard, thus it would require a humongous amount of power and time. Even Burns admits that his concept is highly inefficient, saying, "I know that it risks being right up there with the M drive and cold fusion, but you have to be prepared to be embarrassed." Martin Tajmar, a physicist from the Dresden University of Technology in Germany, who has performed tests on the M drive, says that all inertial propulsion systems, to my knowledge, never worked in a friction-free environment. Thank you for watching, and please let us know what you think about NASA and SpaceX's light-speed engine in the comments below.